we're going to have a little bit of a backwards and forwards about our bottoms. At least our bottom.
I beg your pardon! I don't think we will. We will not be discussing our bottoms. My bottom is for myself and no one else.
Shall we just do a quick mention of our bottom choices? We might have mentioned them already. Maybe our bottom 5. That will piss some people off, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, we'll do bottom 5.
Okay.
I mean, my least favourite, which I think is the worst Doctor Who episode ever, worse than any of Jodie's, worse than anything, is Fear Her. I hate Fear Her.
Not the sentiment, but the choice. I will agree with you. Fear Her.
Yeah.
I've Terence. I do. There are Jodie episodes that are worse for me.
Yeah.
But Fear Her. Yeah.
I hate Fear Her.
Is
that your bottom as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. My second to bottom, and I know you will disagree on this one because you like the episode, is 42. It's not that it's crap, it's just boring.
My 42 was like 30th.
Right. Okay.
I kind of like it. I think it's
it.
underrated.
Yeah. It doesn't have anything in it for me that gets me. So.
You see,
maybe David Tennant's acting in it, but
similar to yours, picking one that I quite like, I've got one that you quite like as my second to last, which is Love and Monsters.
Yeah, I mean that's sacrilege. People hate Love and Monsters. I get why people hate it, but it's got these things in it which I really quite like. Like I love ELO music. I like the characters. I like the Linda group. Peter Kay, the eczema. Don't touch the eczema. You know, I love the way they until you find out that they're being absorbed by him. But I love how they're like just suddenly gone, and the group's being whittled down, and they're like, oh, where they gone to? You know, and all that kind of thing. I like the idea behind it, but yeah, it's harmless. It's harmless.
Yeah,
it's not this travesty that some people make it out. At least in my opinion.
Yeah.
So.
So my third from bottom is the Idiot's Lantern.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So that's my 21st.
Really?
I like it.
I
don't know what it is. It's a guilty pleasure.
I just think it's a bit. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But it's like those. Sometimes you'll have an episode which you don't know why. You just like it. Yeah. So yeah, my third last was the Lazarus Experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it's just a meh episode.
It's not like terrible or anything. It's just
The only one that I would really say that you just fervently do not like is Fear Her.
Yeah.
Of this era.
Yeah.
The others, I'm there's always something in it.
Yeah.
That redeems it. Like 42's got David Tennant's acting great in it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's always got something redeemable in it from this era.
See, my fourth from bottom. Wait, did we do your third from bottom?
Yeah, Lazarus Experiment.
Oh yeah. My fourth from bottom will really surprise a lot of people. I used to quite like this episode a lot, but on the rewatch, I actually thought it was really dull. It's Partners in Crime.
Right, okay, that's my I've got that 24. So
I just thought it was dull.
Yeah, I like the humour in it. I like the banter. I like the pair of them doing the, the sign language through the gesturing to each other. It's got little moments here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine is probably going to be sacrilegious for this one. The Doctor's Daughter.
See, I'd got that a bit higher. I don't actually know where it is. Oh, 28th.
Yeah. I kind of feel like it was the first inklings of when they would start messing with the Doctor's mythology.
Yeah.
Which they've obviously shat all over nowadays, but it seemed to be the first inklings of them doing that.
I quite liked Doctor's Daughter.
Yeah. It's not that I hate it or anything. It's just
not that keen.
Not that keen on it. Yeah. So your fifth.
So my fifth from the bottom, the Lazarus Experiment.
All right.
Which we've spoken.
Mine was Daleks in Manhattan. The Evolution of the Daleks.
You see, for me that went 27th.
Right.
I quite like it.
Yeah. Again, it's all right.
Yeah.
It just probably would have been better as a single episode rather than a two-parter. Just a bit dragged out. So interesting ideas in it, but I think they just kind of went a bit stretching the concept a bit too much for 2 episodes. Yeah.
I mean, were there any surprises on your list? Anything apart from the ones we've already spoke about? Any that you thought would Yeah.
I mean, I got like Fires of Pompeii at 26. I thought that might be a bit higher.
Yeah.
My teens ones are kind of what I thought they would be. I've always had a soft spot for Runaway Bride, which was 14.
See, that was 35.
Yeah, it's. I like it. I like again, it's cheesy like it.
Yeah.
School Reunion, I got 15, which I thought would be maybe a bit higher than that.
Same.
Yeah.
I got it at 15 as well.
Yeah. And another one which people sacrilege, they say most people do not like this episode. I really like it. Is Gridlock, which I've got at 17.
I've got it at 18.
Yeah.
I think Gridlock's great.
Yeah. It's underrated.
I think it's quite a powerful episode as well.
Really
actually.
good. Yeah. Yeah, they're all stuck there and they're telling their stories about their life and that, and you've got the Face of Bow stuff again as well.
And you kind of think they've been neglected, but they haven't actually been neglected.
Yeah.
They just...
And it gets me.
Everyone's dead.
when they're singing at the end, it gets me every time it does. The old rugged cross.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a religious person, but as hymns go, I'm only considered a hymn. It's a great piece of music. It's a lovely song, that is. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great episode. I don't know why people bash on it, but again, each their own.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be boring if we like the same things. So I get that 17. Any others that stood out for you?
I mean,
that you thought
one that you obviously don't like, which came 14th for me, was the giggle. Because you didn't include
I didn't
those.
include the 60th specials in it.
No. Because I just clicked Matt Smith on the web... not Matt Smith. I just clicked David Tennant on the website.
Right.
And it put them on as well.
Yeah.
But I actually really like the giggle.
I think... I suspect that they possibly would have been higher than Fear Her.
Yeah. But they'd have been around there.
But they would have been very close to the bottom.
Yeah.
The Deep Blue Yonder, is it?
Wild Blue
Wild
Yonder.
Blue Yonder, Deep Blue Yonder, Wild Blue Yonder. Yeah, I mean, that might have been higher than 42, Lazarus Experiment, Doctor's Daughter, Darkness in Manhattan. Yeah, it probably would have been a bit...
That's 22nd for me.
Yeah, I probably would have put that half a dozen or so away from the bottom. I think the biggest problem is that I was so offended by so many things.
Yeah.
And it's not about... I mean, obviously, clearly... the message is there in it, the diversity, equity, inclusion, all that, but it's how they just trample all over the Doctor. Like, you'd be better off if you'd have been a woman. That line in the first one. What was it called?
Star Beast. Yeah. I'm
not going to get on about the business with Donna's daughter and all that business, because that's been talked about more than enough on the internet. And I did a video actually, which was did quite well actually, just before I think it was just after that episode aired, that I put out. A lot of people watching. I really appreciate that. Thank you for people watching. All the comments I had some interesting comments. Some people agreed with my take on the larger agenda. Some people thought I was a nutcase. That's fine. But I think it just off the reservation, and I'd kind of already checked out.
Yeah, you had then.
Way back, even in the Jodie area, Jodie, even in the Jodie era, I'd already kind of done with it, and it kind of just put the nail in the coffin for me, really. So my head's in, like, Peter Capaldi walks off into the sun. Yeah. That's it. And one day in some parallel universe, if I ever get around to telling people about my reality shifting experience on a video, which I think I've touched on it either, there will be a reality version of me someday, where somewhere out there's a version of me that's quite happily now sitting watching Peter Capaldi's 6th season in the role, or some other great actor has took over, and they're still telling great stories, and they're not bashing you over the head with stupid messages and political crap. But that essentially that's why I left them out.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, if I can't say anything good about them, then may as well not say anything at all. So I'll give them the Wild Blue Yonder. I'll give them that was the least offensive of the three. It felt a bit more like a traditional Doctor Who episode. But
I weren't a massive fan of the first one. Thought the first one was a bit and I liked the Wild Blue Yonder, and I really liked Giggle. But
my issue with Giggle was that and I don't really want to talk about it here because obviously
We're being positive.
we're trying to be positive. It'll probably get the video noticed or something on YouTube. But when they're in the big unit headquarters thing,
Yeah.
they talk about how people are just like sheep, full stop, easily led. Not all people are sheep and easily led. Some are. A lot are.
Quite a lot.
A lot are.
I would say most are, probably.
They bashed people who believed in freedom of choice, I shall say, in 2020. In that episode, it was mentioned, about the V word. That actually got a line in there. People don't actually remember that that's in there. It was blinking you miss,
Yeah.
it was, and that's like red rag to a bull to me, because that people should not be criticised. That people should be allowed to make up their own mind what they think about these things. They should not be told. And that kind of sums up where Doctor Who is now. Is they're telling everybody where the way the world should be and how everybody should behave and what you should think, feel. Everybody's, like I said, everybody's different. If we all thought the same, the world would be a very boring place. And what makes it an interesting place is the fact that we all do think differently, and sometimes we don't agree on things.
I mean, we definitely
don't agree on our choices. Doctor
I
Who
mean,
episodes.
I really like
Yeah.
the new Doctor and the new season and that,
Yeah.
and you don't
Yeah.
care. You're not watching it.
No, and it's not that I don't like him. I'm just done.
Yeah.
I'm just disinterested. I just don't. I actually don't think he's a particularly good Doctor at all. But that's just my personal opinion. But it's not. I don't think it's nothing to do with what colour of skin he's got or whether he's now gay or whatever. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
My favourite Star Trek captain is Cisco.
Yeah.
There's some fantastic episodes which have got LGBTQ storylines. Rejoined in Deep Space Nine. I mentioned that in that Doctor Who video as well as a good example of that. There's a brilliant episode in Black Mirror. The two girls.
Sandra
Junipero, yeah. The two girls. It's a love story in a Matrix type thing. It's
That's
brilliant.
a great episode.
Fantastic
that one is.
episode, and it's about two lesbians. Get over yourself, people. You don't need to keep bashing these bloody messages out. That's the world we live in. Everybody is different. We're not all the same, but you haven't got to do this great big scream shout thing about it. That's. It feels like they are screaming at the audience for attention, and no one's really watching because the viewing figures are just. I went and touched grass, basically. That's what happened. Yeah.
I like it.
Again, we've said about these things.
That's
I
fine.
love Eraserhead. You don't.
I hate Eraserhead.
I'm indifferent to the Lord of the Rings films. You love them, and I'm sure that will get some comments. I'm not all that wild. I mean, I like some of them in the Marvel Universe. You love them.
Yeah.
It's things that I love that you can't stand.
Yeah.
I mean, God, there's the amount of times I've sat down with you for films and said, "Let's watch this one." And my childhood guilty pleasure, The Last Starfighter, it was all right.
It was okay.
But I was like, it's a great film. Yeah, it's crap, it's cheesy, but I love it to bits, But that's the way the world should be,
Yeah.
Good discussion.
Yeah.